Looks like we're all here. I'm going to start right at the public comment session. I think everybody knows you all know the routine with that. John is signed in, would like to speak. John?
Yeah. I just have a couple of questions, I guess. One is in last week in resolutions, you transferred some funds from, and you transferred like $700 into the unemployment fund. Is that right?
Probably.
Yes, we did.
And if why would you transfer funds into the unemployment fund? Isn't there money in the unemployment fund?
You know, John, I'm not, in Pat, tonight, I told Pat, I said, you know, do what you want to do, you don't need to be here. There were just 4 or 5 items, and it was changes within some of the requirements, unemployment. I know, we don't normally.
I think it was premium.
Premium
Yeah.
that changed with unemployment?
That there was a need.
I don't remember the specific.
Well,
No, well,
Yeah.
I had
Was it
notes.
$700? That's all.
Yeah. I had notes in my other stuff, I just don't have them with me to be specific.
Well, the only thing that confuses me is that we went years ago. We passed a resolution. I don't. Probably Gerard was here and Tom was here, and we went under direct payment, which means we didn't do it on the percentage of payroll
Yep.
anymore. And at that time, there was like $42,000 in there.
There's a little more than that now, we've already been pursuing trying to get that out.
You can't.
I know, that's what I found out.
Yeah, but, and that's why we went to direct, because it kept building up, we never laid anybody off or anything. And one year, we had a tight budget thing, and it was a place to find $3,000 or $4,000, and that's what
Yep.
we did.
That was a good move.
Plus, it was crazy to keep feeding that thing, because we were never having layoffs. So I was a little surprised when I seen fund transfer into that money
Yeah.
of the $700.
If you want, John, if you want to give me your email, I'll throw you an email tomorrow and tell you exactly why.
Okay.
You know, it's
Okay.
something Pat picked up on. What's your email, John?
It's JOHNMAS,
MES?
MAS,
AS?
JFS at charter.net.
That should be pretty easy to find.
JOHNMAS, JFS at charter.net. Oh, I've got notes of my own and the other stuff. I mean, I don't want to say if I'm not 100% sure, but
And the
I'll
other
find out.
question I had was, I was looking through some of the vouchers, and I see where you buy clothing for yourselves, and I understand you reimburse the town for the expenditure, so it's it's a wash. But the thing that bothers me is, I understand you buy it at a 30% discount. And if that's the case, that just doesn't seem right, that elected officials should be able to buy clothing that I can't buy at 30%, but you can buy at 30%. And it just doesn't seem like, I thought there was something that in government that prevented that. I don't know, Jim, if you can, because what would prohibit you from, let's say you wanted a new pickup, why couldn't you go to the state and get a new pickup on state contract? So I thought there was a conflict there, and that was something that wasn't supposed to be allowed.
Yeah.
That's my other question.
Isn't it clothing that has a logo on it, town logo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To identify people?
And John's talking about the ones we purchase for our own personal, and should we be buying it at, and to be honest with you, the price I might pay for a shirt, if it's reduced, it must really be overpriced, because I think they're like 40 some odd bucks, and I send about 3 back because the buttons didn't even line up.
Yeah.
There,
But
but also, John, and you might remember from school, and I'm deviating a bit, and I'm probably gonna pay the price later. There was always a thing where employees of an organization could buy certain items through the organization, certainly not, you know,
I can understand that.
there was some
but
sort of reg that allowed that to happen. I honestly don't know.
I didn't think you could,
Well, the company can sell to us for whatever they wanna sell. I mean,
well, yeah.
that's a
but-
private company.
But like, I mean, I can't go in and get the 30% discount.
If you want a town logoed shirt, John, you give me the $44, I'll get one.
Yeah, thanks for no
Yeah, if you
thanks.
know something about that.
Anybody that has a commercial account with UniFirst can buy at that price.
Yeah, the 30%
I can buy,
across the board
I
to
can
every
buy
delivery.
for my
Any
guys
business.
in the
The same is
garage.
true
or
as
So
whatever.
anybody that's, belongs to any corporation.
Any business.
Anybody that has a rental from them or does business with them, they offer that percentage to everybody.
Okay,
There's a sticker right on the front of their
Yeah,
catalog
right
that
on
says
the front of the-
30%
right on-
discount to
yeah.
all, basically anybody they do business with.
yeah,
I
I thought,
remember something in the '70s, John, at school, and I think you were on the board then, that came out that, and maybe it was a dream, but I don't think so. Employees, if they wanted, could buy certain items through the school, including tires for cars.
Yep.
Because it was a benefit
Yeah.
the supplier offered to all employees. So,
and then I thought later on,
40
there
years
was
ago.
some
All of
deal
that.
over the inmates wanted to build a building or something, and the union put up a stink, and they ended up, they couldn't do it because of the fact that
Mhm.
you had, the state had,
taking work.
couldn't, right, they
Yeah.
couldn't take the work away from the people, and I would think that it would be the same thing with this, with the, you know, the discount.
I don't think so.
guess, I don't know how, like, if you wanted to buy a truck under state contract, if you could, you know, if you could do it.
You're reaching, John.
That's
I don't think that'll go
Different.
That's a different thing. That state contract is a different purchase, it's not a private company offering all employees of a business they work with, and they do that with other businesses,
We have-
not just with the
We have
town.
an arrangement, right now it escapes me. There's a company that, if you're an employee of the town, and you wanna
Oh, yeah.
buy your fuel
Well, the
oil,
chamber does that.
through that company, you can.
Yeah.
You get a discount,
You can.
okay?
Chamber of Commerce
You-
gives
you
a
may.
purchase card.
And same thing is true with
Okay.
some of the
I
federal,
just
some of the
wondered
credit
about
unions.
this, you know, the
Yeah.
legality of it.
I'll get back to you on exactly what the
Yeah.
transfer was, I think that's a good question. This one I won't get back to.
Just send them the check.
I'd be honored to have John wear one.
With its buttons.
Okay, that's it for that. Next, Macy Lane, you all know what's going on there. I've got an update, and boy, it grinds on me to have to print paper, but I think you should have a copy of this. Pretty important document, we can, you know, email as we often do. This one I've written on the top, 225-013, because it is today's. Scott has paid attention, he and I went through some of the changes, I'm not going to do that this evening. You can play that off the one that you already have if you want. There are just 2 or 3 changes in response to a couple of the concerns. A couple things came up when he spoke with RJ that he thought were you know, more than relevant. So I think you'll see that is ratcheted down a little bit more even.
Bernie, Scott had informed us that Scholar Falls already approved or
Yes.
accepted. Are they now going to have to take a look at this one?
Sounds that way. I'm not gonna approve anything different than at least this current one. Scott has been very sensitive to the different agreements, and that they are trying to achieve the bigger picture, as we've talked a number of times, that the outside users are paying at a rate above the town rate for residents, constituents, and that there is a appropriate O&M and that it does include the cost of benefits for our staff, et cetera, et cetera. So this one's a lot better, and this one also has the attachment that was referenced. The attachment was a good point. I think that was one thing RJ really emphasized as well, because we need that on the document. You can see there are properties that are adjacent. They don't come with this deal. So this is a finite district, and any additions, subtractions would have to be agreed upon. So look at that. My intention, we've been beating on this for a long time, is that we'll have a resolution for that next meeting. It would be this draft, and you're absolutely right, Gerard, this would go back as one we passed. I think we can identify the 2 or 3 sections that have been amended, and they can do that as an amendment to the ones they did, just those 2
Well,
or
they,
3
we haven't
sections.
signed, so they can just throw that away and sign.
Whatever they want,
Right.
pass a new one.
Right. You know, the other thing too, it doesn't make a lot of difference if we can, but I'm sure we have the computer program, will show you exactly where the changes are.
I would assume so, depending how we did this one, if he kept the markups.
Yeah, that, and, well, what, a lot of times when you're sending documents back and forth on law, you know what I'm saying, they'll
Right.
show you that this is out, this is deleted,
Yeah.
this, that. It just makes it pretty easy.
Yep.
But I don't think there's a lot changed here from what you said, so.
I've got 2 or 3 notes on my working copy, but I may not have them all. If you want the
No,
ones
that's-
that I've got, I'll
I'm
give them
fine.
to you.
No, I'm fine.
Okay. Okay, number 2, sale of scrap. About all that comes with that one is, we're going to have scrap to sell. We have a 2004 Ford and the old Chevy Malibu. I have a note from Mel, it looks like you didn't get these, the Chevy Lumina. Our head mechanic has, Bruce has determined that it can't pass inspection, it's not fit for road use, and it's not worthy of investing any more money in. As well as the old 2004 Taurus, also have a note from Bruce that it will not pass inspection due to major frame defects. We'll put these copies with the resolution. We'll get the word out as well, again, to everyone.
Same
I
thing
don't-
with the Malibu.
Yeah, gotta,
They're all scrap, they're
Yep.
not worth.
the Malibu and the Taurus. I'm not at all anticipating this will go out with our next resolution, or our next regular meeting. I'd like to have everybody dig a little deeper. If we're gonna do this, let's go in the closets and pole barn and find whatever scrap you have, so we have one ad and leverage our money. That's all I have on my part of the agenda. We do have a couple of resolutions. This meeting should kind of get us back in sync with holidays and the association and so on. So we're following our more traditional pattern. The first one I noticed when I looked at my packet this afternoon, it didn't have the date. I told Debbie not to worry about it. We'll put it in. It's Resolution 79, approving the minutes of the previous meetings, it should be. And that would be February 25. You have that one, Rick?
No, 2, 4, and 2/11.
I'm sorry?
The approving the minutes of 2, 4, and 2/11.
Right. But the resolution on the top, Marty, isn't dated.
Oh, yeah.
That's February
That's what I
25.
said. Okay, excuse me.
Okay.
Resolved that the minutes of February 4th and February 11th, 2013 be approved and the reading of the minutes read as to minutes, please.
Have a motion.
So moved.
Mr. Randall, second.
Second.
Mr. Mannix, any discussion?
On the 2011, when we talked about the people present, members present, I would like to see, I see public comment, public present. It's fine to have public present and public comment, but I think there should be a separate one. And we talk about staff, you got, and the staff for coming.
I'm not sure I know what you mean.
Presentation, well, staff coming to presentation, and I don't know that that should be done under public comment necessarily. They're coming to
Oh,
report.
okay.
They're coming to report, and all I'm
As
saying
opposed
is,
to making a comment
all I'm
like
saying
Joe.
is have 3 columns and just have the, stuff, because often we have
Yep.
either a person, a consultant, or somebody who's coming in to make a presentation, or we have a staff person. I think that should be in a separate category.
Well,
So
they don't
it's
even
just-
need to be there because they're
Right.
noted under steering committee.
Right.
So we'll just take that off, Paul Scott and Phil Von Barden.
You got pop it under the public.
And like public present, I mean, I think you could have staff present if you want.
Just add a third
Like
staff.
Pat Bowen's present, and he did in
Yeah,
fact
probably is good.
comment on some different things as things came up. He told
Yep.
us what had happened. I think that's good to have that down there, that you have the staff present when they.
Everybody agree, third column, staff?
Mm-hmm.
We'll pull those in. That's a good one. So noted. We'll do that for each meeting, we'll just slug it in.
Yeah, just-
template.
Since it's the first one, if we're doing this way, I thought maybe I'd just bring it up now.
And we'll amend these.
I
to
didn't
have
find
that
any
third
mistakes in the, from my cursory look, I didn't find any mistakes in the minutes.
I'll go with it.
Yeah, don't look anymore, Tom, that's,
Any other comment, discussion? Roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Mark Manick,
Yes.
Paul Lemoyne,
Yes.
Gerard Renadette.
Yes.
Bernie Bassett.
Yes, resolution's carried, and we'll get as amended in, with the February 11 minutes. Resolution 80, abstract 2C.
Resolved that the abstract of audited claims number 2C-13, 207-324 for $239,841.34. An abstract 2C-13, 55 to 74 prepays in the amount of $3,400,172.02. An abstract 2C-13, 3039 to 3040 in the amount of $34,711.44 as be received as reviewed by the audit committee, and the supervisors hereby authorized to pay said abstract.
Motion.
So moved.
Paul, second.
Second.
Gerard, any discussion?
Ray, we should just note that Ricky, you just read it was 3,004,172.02. He read 3,400,000.
3,004,000.
Right.
You're right.
Okay, anything else? Roll call.
Thomas Wood?
Yes.
Martin Manick?
Yes.
Paul Lemoyne?
Yes.
Gerard Renadette?
Yes.
Bernie Bassett?
Yes, resolution carries. Resolution 81, permission to sell a 1992 skid steer to another municipality.
Whereas normal use requires that the town to periodically update vehicles and equipment used to maintain the roads in the town of Plattsburgh. And whereas the highway department has a 1992 skid steer, and whereas the town of Chazy now wishes to purchase the skid steer from the town of Plattsburgh Highway Department, and whereas the town board has considered and said request and acknowledges the 1992 skid steer needs to be replaced, now therefore be resolved that the highway superintendent is hereby authorized to make sale to the town of Chazy for an agreed price of $5,550. And it be further resolved that the supervisor is hereby authorized to sign all necessary related documents required for the sale of said vehicle. And it is further resolved that a copy of this resolution be given to the budget officer, the finance manager, and the highway superintendent.
Have a motion. Mr. Wood, second.
Second.
Mr. Nix. Any discussion?
the only thing is, in Jim Wood's letter, he said, by selling to another municipality, we don't have to go out to bid, which is true, but you don't have to go out anyways, as long as you can document you got a fair price.
Probably also to note in his letter, he indicated the sale price was matched the
Trade-in value.
trade-in value,
Yeah.
so it's
We're getting fair price.
a good deal all the way
Yeah.
around. Roll call.
Thomas Wood?
Yes.
Mark Manick?
Yes.
Paul Moore?
Yes.
Gerard Renadette?
Yes.
Bernie Bass?
Yes, resolution passes. Jim also is somewhat interested in getting some more information to us tonight. He's been working rather diligently on a new roller and a new sweep. So we'll probably see that information very soon. He's located some good deals on used ones. That's all I have in my item. And we'll check his letterhead.
I think you're maybe.
It's hard, Paul, it's hard.
Save money.
No one has anything else, I'm going to call us adjourned at 7:25.